Oh, ooh, blue sky everywhere. Let's do Tregaron. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I need, isn't it? Extract the summer heat away. So normally it would be those prices, but oh, this machine is not currently in use. We apologise for any inconvenience caused. Oh no, I've been so put out by not paying for parking. Free bogs over there. So Tregaron is this sleepy little mountain village in the Cambrian mountains. Cue the really chilled, relaxed, laid back, down-tempo music style. Another window full of these little solar dancing toys. Oh, those two. What a combo. So you've seen the quaint little village square already? I'm about to show you a painting. Now, don't panic. This isn't the Urban Stealth Camper Van Man channel. Deep breaths. Okay, ready? We will rise again. It says remember Tregaron. It was an area flooded for a reservoir for the people of Birmingham, and 70 people lost their homes under the water. Classic General Motors van, as made famous by B.A. Baracus in the 80s. When I was a child, the rivers used to run black with coal in Wales. And normally they'd be so clear you can see the stones on the bottom, but today, of course, it's just rained really heavily, so it's leached all of the metal salts out of the mountain rocks. Rocks that don't show signs of multicellular life are called pre-Cambrian. There's one there with an iron ore layer. There's the 4G tower up there. It's the reason I've stopped for so long in Tregaron, just to catch up on 2 weeks worth of video editing thanks to that remote transmitter. Here in the Cambrian mountains, we're kind of on the boundary to the west and the north, where Welsh is very commonly spoken in the majority of the population, but a lot of English and even South Welsh people and ethnic minorities feel, oh, they can't travel around Wales because it's a bunch of, you know, hillbilly rednecks. Well, I can't believe the hype, you know, you trouble's what you bring with you, and if you're cool, there's nothing going on here. Chill. Peugeot Expert L2 TP. I remember a few weeks ago when I tidied up my remaining material possessions into that tiny chest of drawers, I noticed that my watches were broken and I wasn't wearing them. I don't really need to know what time it is. I just wake up when I wake up, travel around when I travel around. That's only for a few minutes a day. Probably don't drive more than 5 or 6 miles a day, really, if that. And yeah, just take some videos, go to sleep. Oh, couldn't pick those blackberries, they just fell to pieces. Now that means something entirely different in French. That was where I was before. Pontred Fendigide, just rolls off the tongue. Pontred Fendigide. This just might be my best blackberry of the year so far. Not as sweet as it looked. I think I spat out all of that. A Luton van shell. this is proper old school. And as you'd expect in a rural town, a livestock market. So on this journey so far, not only have I passed through loads of places I vaguely knew, or just drove through, or stopped at a few times, or went drinking, but this time I really had a proper look at everywhere, including places I never even knew were there. Feels like the longest walk I've had in quite a few days. It's always amazing, isn't it? Wherever you go in the world, however remote you think you are, there are thousands of people who call this home. Bullsquint might not look like it has any vowels in, but the W's and Y's are like the English U's and I's, really. The whole side of that building is roof slate. Wow, you do get a lot of sideways drizzle up here. Loads of women dying in their early 20s here. I mean, probably childbirth. That's a pretty austere school. Looks like an old military barracks or something. Ooh. Found another one. This is public bog number 3, but it's the jackpot. Oh, yes. And you know that rural Wales is a low crime area because, look at that, there is a premium hand wash in the gents. As well as a bar of soap. Try doing that in England. And that's it. That's the end of Tregaron. The adventure that I'm on will be coming to an end soon because the sole purpose of me just hiding out in Wales and living cheap on a very low budget for 4.5 months was just to wait for the government to lift all these restrictions and let the industry bounce back. But it's not going to happen, is it? We're under this new world order forever. It's going to be testing, tracing. I'll just have to find work wherever I can now. I'm out, really, out of luck, out of money, out of patience with my career coming back. I'll just have to do what I did in my 20s, just any old casual job. Well, I've been to some other really nice spots in the Cambrian mountains, Cambrian, Elan Valley. That's random. Subscribe there. See you in the next one. Roll the B-roll.